citizens of Petaluma have decided to take more than a few small steps. In fact, they've accepted the Cool City Challenge and are one of 3 pilot cities in the country who are working to become carbon neutral by 2030.
Primary component of the Cool City Challenge is the Cool Block program. And the Cool Block program is a sort of 5-month process that Cool Block leaders initiate on their block. And so a Cool Block leader is somebody who steps up to say, I'm going to go ahead and invite all of my neighbors to an initial meeting.
We met on our front driveway, and I felt like that was a good spot because other neighbors could see us there and see that the meeting that they had been invited to was in fact happening. So in a way, it kind of included everybody. 22 people showed up, and you know, as we went through the next couple meetings, we ended up with 8 households and 14 people.
In this program, there's a series of actions in each of 8 topics. And you go through and you can take those actions, and when you take them, you record that you've taken it. And then as a block leader, I get to see how many actions have been taken and whatnot. And so I was kind of hearing this enthusiastic response at the meetings and no actions being taken on the record keeping, you know. But then suddenly 2 or 3 meetings in, it was like everybody kind of clicked into gear, and there's been this big momentum of activity now.
So we're going to be looking for and asking you all for kind of ideas. Well, what happens after?
As we moved through the topics, we learned about each other, and I saw that the team got a little more vulnerable.
What I did the other day was I set a galvanized watering can.
It's so tempting to sort of have this doomism. Somebody said only 4% of water use is residential, so what the hell are we talking about? What about big ag and so on? They sort of demanded some sort of response on that. So I went to see Dave King at City Council and got the whole story and delved into it. And it turns out actually that, you know, it's not an easy problem for them either, but they're doing quite a bit. So
we're learning from each other and documenting what the best practices are so that we can share those with others.
Getting together regularly makes a huge difference in just, you know, establishing that fun sense of community.
So I'm excited about it. I think everybody else is excited about it.
It's not about me getting credit or getting recognition for the thing that I'm doing in my home. It's about that I'm doing this for my neighborhood and for the bigger circles rippling out. And that's why we dig deeper.
We're all doing stuff to reduce water use, reduce energy use, all the things that the program is intended to do. And it's really kind of surprising how it takes some of these things which are so mundane and frankly a little tedious. I mean, it's not that thrilling, frankly, to put aerators in your faucet or whatever, you know. But when everybody in the block is doing it, and we're like, there's just kind of a group enthusiasm that gets built. Since we started, I think 3 folks in the block have decided to switch over to electric vehicles. There are 4 of us now that want to switch from a gas furnace to a heat pump. So we've gotten together and we're now in the midst of talking to contractors to get bids for doing our 4 houses together. So one, we support each other, and with any luck, we'll get a little better pricing because we're doing 4 houses at once. It's making a change from these minuscule little changes to more significant ones. I think if you look at our whole block, we've saved about 70,000 pounds of CO2 a year. They're minuscule numbers for the globe, but they're significant numbers for our block.
But our HOA went from paying for water to individual meters about 6 months ago. You would be amazed at how many water leaks have been discovered.
Every individual action really does matter, as well as those policy decisions. So it's really a bottom-up and a top-down approach that we're going to need to solve the crises that we're in. Your individual actions do make a difference. They make a difference for yourself and for the community you live in.
With your neighbors, you find out who's got the generator, who's a doctor or a nurse that can help you if there's an earthquake and somebody's broken something. You've got more people on your street with different resources than you could possibly ever imagine.
It couldn't be a better feeling than sitting in your house or looking out your window and feeling like this is becoming my community, and it's even more, it's becoming my village here.
Between the stats that show what actions have actually been taken and all the enthusiasm based on the community building, I can't see why another city wouldn't say, oh man, we want to do that.
I think the future is bright, but the amount of work we've got ahead of us is dramatic. So yeah, the future's bright, but we really got to work together. Community is the only resilience we really have to what's coming. So community is at the base of the best thing we've got going for us.